All right, so we just finished playing Minecraft Legends.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Coming into this, I didn't know what to expect from this game. I remember the original announcement,
Yeah.
and I thought, oh, it's a Minecraft RTS. RTS has always been a genre that I've been kind of intimidated by.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's always like, oh, what's your APM? And get the strats.
It can be really complicated.
But I really like this game. It definitely translates the Minecraft experience into this new genre, which they've done a couple times now, so I give them a lot of credit for that. But it does seem pretty accessible, so I like that.
Yeah, I was really surprised as well. I remember we both, I think, saw this game for the first time in the Xbox Showcase last summer.
Yeah.
And my only impression, lasting impression from that was oh, it looks really beautiful and it's very colorful.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also a bit intimidated by RTS games, and it's not my favorite genre. But yeah, this one, we kind of started out doing the campaign mode, which had a nice tutorial, and it really does simplify it in a way where it feels like, you can learn it pretty fast and be able to keep up with people, which is always my nervousness with Minecraft games is everyone's so good at this already. I'm terrible.
Well, we're famous for being bad at Minecraft.
Right. That's why I'm intimidated. But this one, I feel like I could learn this.
Right.
I could get more into this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I felt pretty good about that.
Yeah. I don't know if you felt this way. I got a Pikmin feel pretty early on because you have kind of an army of these mobs marching behind you.
Yeah.
And
you do blow a whistle to
you basically blow a whistle to get them to gather up, and you send them off at the enemy. But the big difference is your character, you're on a horse or some other sort of mount.
Yeah, and you're attacking.
And you can get in and swing your sword as well. So you are not completely powerless. You're not just the one directing the action, which I liked.
I like that too. I think it feels, that's the main difference. For Pikmin games, I feel like you are very much not a part of the action, and when you lose the Pikmin, it's
you feel powerless.
You feel horribly powerless. Exactly. This one, you're oh, I'm in it with them. Yeah, I can lose my health too.
Right, because there were some where it's okay, mobs, you deal with destroying this structure. I'll go take out these enemies. So there's kind of a partnership with your little units.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And it's pretty cool. The campaign mode has a pretty interesting story, which feels very much like some sort of fairy tale kind of setup. You do feel kind of like a knight on a white horse, I'm to rescue these villagers. Yeah. That's cool. And then we played the PvP mode, which really surprised me because that is the type of game that I'm kind of intimidated by.
Well, we were on the same team, and we were talking with the team. They're like, what's your role? What's your strat? And I'm I don't know, stay alive. I've just played this game for the first time an hour ago.
Yeah, but it was fun. We were strategizing as a team. It was four players, 4v4, and then we were communicating, and so it was actually really cool.
Yeah, that's definitely one where you'll want to get the basics down in single player. I do wonder how competitive online Minecraft Legends is going to get.
People are going to get so good so fast.
Hopefully they have a way of differentiating people like us versus
balancing
the real
the matchmaking and stuff.
Esports kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, that seems like a really viable,
super
fun mode.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that. I think we had 8 players in that, but they were also saying you can do the whole campaign co-op,
which is what I
totally 2 to 4 players.
Yeah.
Depending on what system you're on. I guess on Switch it's 2 people, which seems totally fine.
Yeah, and then I guess newer consoles like a PS5 or you can do.
Yeah, they were very careful. We have newer consoles like the Xbox Series X. But if you're on Nintendo Switch, it's I get it.
There's 2 of us, so it's okay.
Right. Well, one other thing I'll say is it was not the focus of the game, but I had a good time just exploring the world.
I was going to say the world is beautiful. It still has a really colorful, that sort of Minecraft feel. There's lots of fun things to discover.
You said you found another mount, which I guess you just had to stumble upon that.
Right. There's totally treasure. There's different kinds of resources, different upgrades that you can stumble upon in the world. So that sort of exploration part of Minecraft is very much intact, even in this genre. So I really like that too.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right.
Hi.
So we just played Minecraft Legends, which was really our first big in-depth experience with it. We saw this when the game was first announced, I think last summer. When you introduce a new kind of Minecraft experience, we've had, dungeon crawlers.
Yeah.
What are you trying to accomplish in expanding into new genres?
So when we we're always trying to create something new, right? Like, Dungeons is a great example. We don't just do a dungeon crawl. We think, well, we want something in that genre, so how can we put it in our world? What would it mean? How can we twist it to be unique? And so the original thought behind Legends was we want to do something in the strategy genre, but it's got to be accessible, and we want it on all the platforms. And so there was two main things that were an inspiration. One was, so you guys will know this, in Minecraft, we say everything's block by block. Because you put a block down, you think, well, what's the next block? That's not the mantra in Legends. It's thought by thought. Because you're thinking, like, I'm going to build this tower here. Oh, I need to strengthen my defenses. And so, because you're not building the towers block by block, you put the whole tower down. And so, the sort of thought by thought. And then the second one was being a commander. We didn't want you to be in the clouds giving out commands. We would be on the battlefield with your troops, saying, you attack this and that. So they were the two original inspirations. And then, so you've got the recipe for the soup, and then you start to try things and see what works, and then it slowly becomes Legends. But they were the original, like, things we wanted to do in the game.
Right.
And we played two kinds. We played the campaign mode, which was really fun, and then we also played a PvP mode, which we shamefully lost. That's okay. We're going to try again.
Practice
we're going to
That was a practice run.
But what was your thought behind, like, putting both of these in the game?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good question. Like, obviously, we wanted to tell a story in the campaign. And what I love about it is it's called Minecraft Legends because this is a legend that a villager tells his kid in the bed, right? Like we would tell our kids about dragons or King Arthur or something, right? It's a long time ago, and this is the tale that's been passed down. And so we wanted to tell a story. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there is a very important legend in that story. You may have already experienced it, that when is this what there's an event that happens which is very important to the Minecraft mythology. The first time something happens in the world and happens forever after.
All right.
So that's really cool. And so we wanted a story, and then what's really important is, we only had a little bit of time to play today, but after you've played the first part of the game, there's a big battle, and you think that's the end of the war, but it's the beginning. And then it opens into a giant sandbox. So the first part of the game is a little bit guided to teach you the mechanics and getting used to building structures and controlling troops. But then something happens and the war opens, and we just let you go. You'd be like, there's this war going on, you do what you want. You go and upgrade where you want, build where you want, build your tech tree. So that was important. And then we love having PvP for, friendly competition, but it also friendly and fun competition, but then also obviously gives lots of longevity to the game. And with the campaign being procedurally generated and PvP being procedurally generated, I've been playing PvP for over 2 years, and I'm still surprised by strategies people do and things. So we wanted people to then be able to take those mechanics from campaign and then play with their friends and have a little bit of competition, but have something that would last a long time, so you can keep playing the game forever.
Right. We were talking earlier, I think the version that our audience is most interested in is Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that version of the game?
So there's no advantage to be on any of the platforms. We've made sure everything's been designed. You can play the campaign co-op, any platform to any platform. You can play PvP, any platform to any platform. There's no advantage. Switch players don't have to worry that, is the PC player got a mouse? It's like been designed. You can play on with mouse or controller. There's no advantage, and so people can play. One thing to note is for the co-op, it depends on who the host is, because it's peer-to-peer. And so if the host is a newer generation machine, like an Xbox One S or a PS5, you can do 4-player co-op. If the Switch was a host, you can do 2-player co-op. But that's just down to technology and stuff. But even then, you can still play across any platform.
Yeah.
So, but as a Switch player, you can go in, play PvP, jump in. We have dedicated servers for general matchmaking, and so it doesn't matter where you play. Yeah. The guy on the Xbox One S is getting his butt kicked by the guy on the Switch.
Yeah.
We're building the red launchers now.
In the Switch, on the Switch.
Switch version.
Yeah. We spent a lot of time making sure everything's performant on everything, and so everything's really important.
Yeah.
The most important thing is we want a really healthy community to all play together, right? And have fun, right? And that's what it's about.
So this game's coming out really soon. It's just like a matter of days or weeks from now. So it snuck up on us all, I think. But
it's another one of those things was like, it wasn't on my radar, but now it totally is. And I'm like kind of excited to play it. So
yeah, I'm definitely going to go back to this when it comes out. I imagine it's on Game Pass. I'm just going to put that out there. Probably on Game Pass.
He said Game Pass earlier. So.
It's got to be on Game Pass. Yeah.
Xbox.
So the bar the entry is really low, but
I want to play the co-op mode. I think it'd be fun.
Seems like a cool expansion of all this Minecraft stuff since we are terrible at the base game.
I know.
So,
we already proven that, so maybe we can get good at this one.
Exactly. Or not.